celebrating 75 years of the People's Republic of China, CGTN brings you the story of a nation's remarkable transformation.
From automated factories to cutting-edge labs, China is reshaping the global manufacturing.
With a commitment to openness, China welcomes international investment,
driving collaboration on a global scale.
From green hills to clear waters,
China safeguards nature for generations to come.
Across rural heartland, agricultural modernization is fueling progress and prosperity.
Throughout, China's rich cultural heritage continues to thrive.
A timeless legacy interwoven with the nation's story of modernization.
Experience 75 years of innovation, unity, and vision.
Only with CGTN.
On October the 1st, the People's Republic of China will celebrate the 75th anniversary of its founding. And to mark the occasion, CGTN presents its special coverage, Way to Modernization. And our anchors and reporters are traveling 5 routes altogether across the country, covering 16 provinces and municipalities in 20 days. Way to Modernization discusses the significant developments that have transformed China's economy, culture, environment and agriculture over the last 7.5 decades. And today we continue to focus on China's ecological civilization development and how it has fueled vitalization. And my colleagues Chen Lanyou and Mike Waters are in Anji County in eastern China's Zhejiang Province. And we'll also go to Gasthoori Manickam and Dai Kaiyi at the Bamboo Impression Museum in Anji County. All right, I will start with you guys. First of all, hello there, Mike and Gaz. I'll start with Mike first. I'm seeing that you're not quite drinking your tea in Anji. That's something you really need to do there. That's a very strong suggestion for you in Anji. But tell us more about the place where you are, the county of Anji.
Yeah, it's truly amazing. I am in Anji County, and of course this is in Huzhou. It's eastern Zhejiang Province, and you know, I've traveled to China quite a bit. In fact, I was just here a few months ago working with Gas, the Race to the Future series. Now we're bustling to bamboo, if you will. I mean, it's just such a beautiful, lush environment, and you're just struck by that as you stand here. It's a beautiful day, and I am so lucky to be standing here next to Lanyou, who's been out on the eastern route now for about a week, right?
Yes, that's right. Well, Mike, it's great to have you joining us on the Eastern Route today. And I gotta say, you picked a great day for it. We're here at the Bamboo Expo Park here in Anji, renowned as China's Bamboo County, and it's home to over 300 different species of bamboo out of the 700 here in China. But Mike, did you know that this place we're standing right now, Anji County, used to face significant pollution back in the 1990s?
Yeah, it's a really remarkable story, this transformation that we've witnessed here. You know, obviously it was at the time a poor mountainous community looking for something to gin up the economy, and they found it in limestone. So they started limestone mining, I should say, and of course that, of course, has transitioned into bricks and cement. But the problem is it creates a lot of pollution. And in Yukon Village, the salaries went up significantly, like 3 million yuan annually. It's about 414,000 US dollars. So great for the pocketbook, but not great for the ecology.
Well, to address that, in 2003, Zhejiang Province introduced a rural green revival program aimed to improving the living conditions for rural residents as well as the overall environment of the villages. And 2 years after that, in August 2005, Chinese President Xi Jinping, he was then the secretary of CPC Zhejiang Provincial Committee. He visited Anji and praised the decision of shutting down the mines. And then he introduced the two mountains theory. Lucid waters and lush mountains are invaluable assets, which means China's philosophy of economic development doesn't come at the expense of environment, but the two needs to support each other and go hand in hand.
And to make a pivot like that, you come up with a great idea, but it's execution that really matters. And that's exactly what happened. This county actually embraced this theory and turned it into reality. I mean, you've got farms, you've got tourism. We're seeing so much tourism here. We're here is just flooded with people coming through. And then, of course, you see what's happened with bamboo. I mean, you know that you can use it as a building product, but it's used in so many different methods. Yes. And I was thinking about this when I was flying out here. They always give you a little packet on the plane. Here's my bamboo toothbrush, and I also have a bamboo, if I can find it, a bamboo pen. It's in there somewhere. I can't find it. But I'll tell you what, it's just one of those things where you don't think about bamboo, but it's really ever present now.
Yes, indeed. And speaking of which, our colleagues Gas and Kaiyi are also here in Anji. They are at the Bamboo Impression Museum with various bamboo products. So let's hand it over to them and see what they have prepared for us.
Yeah.
Lanyou, Mike, thank you. And Mike, I have to say, it's lovely to have you back in China again. Now, I know we can't see them, but I'm sure they have a gorgeous backdrop. I mean, Anji County was, after all, where the famous movie Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon was shot here. Now, we are at the Bamboo Impression Museum in Anji County. We're going to show you some products in a bit, the ones that you mentioned. But as you guys mentioned, this is the birthplace of the two-mountain theory. So there's a lot of emphasis on green and low-carbon development. One of the initiatives is promoting bamboo as an eco-friendly substitute for plastics. So by 2025, China hopes to put in place a preliminary industrial system where it wants to enhance the capacity and efficiency of replacing plastics with bamboo and reduce plastic pollution.
Yeah, and in line with these goals, if we look over here, guys, what we have here are practical, but more importantly, biodegradable items. If we could pick it up, what I'm holding here are some of the bamboo substitutes for plastic items that you have. What I have here, if we could have a closer look, the cup, straw, spoon, and toothbrush, and they're all in bamboo, while what you have are in plastics.
Yeah. So let's give you a closer look of that. Now, Kaiyi, I have to say, every time we use a toothbrush or a spoon or straw, we think it's a small issue, like a small effort. But it's those small efforts that, when everyone does it, it's actually saving the planet, it's saving the environment. So that's really nice. And we have to remember that, right? Yeah. Now, just to give our viewers some perspective on how much China values bamboo. Now, Anji County is China is home to over 800 of the world's 1,600 known species of bamboo. The output of China's bamboo industry reached 300 billion yuan in 2020. And this figure is expected to exceed $1 trillion by 2035. I think that's a significant jump.
Yeah, and bamboo in Anji County is more than just food. It's so much more. As Lanyou also said in her live cross, it's actually widely used as construction materials, and it's almost everywhere in our everyday life, like what we have here, right? Towels, like teacups, tissue boxes, handbags.
Right?
Yeah, and you know what? They're not just here. They're not just popular in China, but also internationally. In fact, they're exported to at least 30 countries around the world, including the United States, Japan, the Netherlands, and France. And this year, from January to August, Huzhou City, which includes Anji County, actually exported around 110 million wood and bamboo products to Africa, reflecting some 17.6% year-on-year increase. And it's also used at some of the well-known international projects. For example, the latest is the Paris Olympics.
Right. And also China, the bamboo chairs are very popular, right? It comes from Anji County. So there you go. Now, bamboo holds a significant symbolism in Chinese ink painting as well. It's very pretty. We're going to pull up some videos for you guys now so you can have a look at the paintings. So its ability to bend without breaking, symbolizes characteristics like resilience, integrity, and elegance. So together with 3 other plants like plum, orchid, and chrysanthemum, bamboo is often shown in Chinese ink paintings. And together, these 4 plants are called the 4 gentlemen, and they represent elegance and virtue. How beautiful is that?
That's true. And here we are at the Intangible Cultural Heritage Crafts session at the museum, where we're joined by Ms. Cao, General Manager of the museum.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. It's good to have you here on the show. So just to start, what do we have here on the table? 能否介绍一下这个桌上的产品？
好的，这是我们的非遗项目。
So we have a lot of intangible cultural heritages, bamboo weaving and fan making, and those are some of the crafts. And we are working closely together with the schools. And we are also a study based in Anji County for the bamboos. And through our collaboration with schools, we bring the students to this experience center so that we can pass down the traditional crafts and craftsmanship to the next generation.
How does the whole process work? From the little fiber, which I can see here, if I'm not wrong, the little fiber to the finished product that we saw earlier on. How does the whole process work?
那么整个这个制作这些产品的过程能不能介绍一下？
What is the making process of these products?
刚才也参观了我们的
Sure. I believe you have just visited some of the museums about the old crafts, and we are actually using bamboo for a lot of purposes, and we can eat bamboos and we can make them into chairs and furniture. And with the passage of time, we have added this bamboo fiber extraction technology. And we have taken the traditional ideas of bamboo's health benefits and eco-friendliness and applied them to a wider range of products and fields. The bamboo products and the bamboo fiber items that you just saw use this technology. So this is what we have been doing.
We also know that these are intangible cultural heritage crafts, like the fan making as well as the wooden craft, the bamboo craft. So how do you promote and further spread the bamboo culture and the crafts as well? 您如何去进一步的传承推广这样的一个非遗的工艺？
这些我说过了，主要是通过学校的一些衔接在推广。这些都是我们学生的作品，你可以看一下有没有你喜欢的作品。
by the students, and do you have something you like?
Rooster. Yeah.
Do they have any tiger? Okay,
I guess
this
one is the tiger, right?
This is me. And that is
两位主持人有没有兴趣共同一起来参与一下我们的主编？
in taking some?
Okay.
来，叫他们教我们的工作人员教你们一下。
And our staff can teach you.
这个是我们已经基础打好底的。
So this is actually quite easy because it's like kind of like done for us a little bit. So I think we just continue. So while Kai like this. Okay. Any color?
我们首先一共有4步骤。
So we have 4 procedures. The first one is to select the raw material.
挑一挑好，2个压下去，啊，后面也是挑2个压2个。
You can take out 2 and press
There's a
them.
pattern.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me try one.
So do I? Sure. Okay.
I'm gonna do it fast.
Well, I can get used to this. It's quite fun, right?
这个就是我们压好的，它会有一
So
个
this
梯
is the
形的。
one that you waved, and it's in this shape.
Okay. This one.
See, you went.
It's a more complex one, right?
Okay, we're not going to reach to this stage.
No,
Impossible.
no, never.
So we're going to try this much. And so while we perfect this weaving, we're going to hand it back to Mike and Lanyou. So we could try.
Yeah, we can have a try.
I wish I could be watching right now. It's amazing, when you think about it. It's so great of you to introduce us to the museum, and see all the different products and the intangible cultural heritage products that they're working on there. It's just really extraordinary. We're also in another museum devoted to bamboo, and it's just breathtaking. You see the huge bamboo, you see the small bamboo. I mean, it's just so much.
all different kinds of varieties. And it's truly fascinating to see how Anji transitioned from a mining-oriented place into a green and beautiful county with thriving bamboo industry.
And it's so interesting where we're standing right now. You look at this gallery, and we'll just take a little walk here. These are all the different counties that have bamboo forests. And, you know, it's Anhui, it's obviously we're in Zhejiang, but Guangdong. I mean, the list goes on and on. I think, what is it, 17 out of 30 provinces? I mean, that's amazing. I mean, all these places with just huge forests of bamboo.
Yeah, it's truly inspiring to see so many different cities across China committed to sustainable development. It really demonstrates China's commitment to low carbon development and ecological protection. And China, at the same time, is also actively engaging in international environmental governance by pledging to peak carbon dioxide emission by before 2030, and also achieving carbon neutrality by 2060, and at the same time achieving the goal of building the beautiful China by 2035.
And of course, that all dovetails nicely with the UN Sustainable Development Goals. And, you know, it's nice to be inside the museum, but this is so tranquil and so refreshing to be outside here because it's just so beautiful, isn't it?
Yes, true. So speaking of ecological protection, Mike, you've been traveling across China, like different cities, frequently over the past decade. So have you noticed any changes in terms of ecological protection?
Oh, man, the changes have been dramatic in my estimation. I mean, the air quality is so much better. You go out on the roads now, you see all these green license plates. EVs are everywhere. I mean, and obviously China's a leader there. You also see solar and wind. It just seems like China's like, well, in the race to the future, we're demonstrating that, just light years ahead of everybody else and kind of paving the way for the world in a sense, because this is an issue that's not just affecting China, it's affecting the entire planet.
Yes, indeed. Can't agree more. Well, speaking of that, let's look at how a wetland park here in Lingzhi of Xizang Autonomous Region is promoting ecological protection. Take a look.
Located at the meeting point of the Yarong-Zangbo and the Niyang rivers in Lingzhi, Yani National Wetland Park spans more than 6,900 hectares at an altitude of over 2,900 meters. In summer, its clear waters meander gracefully, with lush greenery flourishing on river sandbars, showcasing the majestic beauty of the plateau's vibrant ecosystem.
As we stand in awe of this stunning view behind us, it's hard to imagine that this area was once nothing more than a barren grassland. Thanks to the local ecological conservation plans, the transformation began 15 years ago.
Before the pilot construction of Yani Wetland Park began in 2009, the area was a stretch of river valley sandbanks, with exposed riverbeds and dust storms after the rainy season when water levels dropped. Since the park's administration was established in 2016, the local government has invested around $21.15 million to build infrastructure, restore the ecosystem, and carry out scientific monitoring. Local residents were also encouraged to participate in wetland protection activities.
Through continuous efforts in reforestation, we've been planting native willow trees around the barren grasslands. This helps stabilize the sandy soil on the outskirts and prevents erosion. Local communities have also been involved in the process, which not only boosts their income but also raises their awareness of environmental protection.
So far, over 340 hectares of Yani wetland and its surrounding areas have been restored. It is now home to more than 500 species of wild plants and over 200 species of wildlife. The improving environment has attracted a growing number of tourists. To ensure proper management, 45 local villagers have been hired as wetland rangers to conduct daily patrols. Wang Zha, one of them, has been conducting 3 patrols a day for over a decade.
I'm responsible for forest management in 5 villages here, and the government provides financial support. I earn a steady income of 3,200 yuan a month. Things have changed a lot around here. There are more tourists coming, and our economy has improved. I have 3 kids, and one of them is already in college.
In recent years, the local government has successfully balanced the environment protection and moderate development of its ecological and cultural resources. These ongoing efforts have greatly enhanced the region's environment, establishing it as a premier destination for both ecotourism and conservation. Gongming, CGTN, Lingzhi, Xizang Autonomous Region.
Well, that's a great introduction to both the county of Anji and China's ecological development. And Mike, question for you. How come I haven't got any bamboo toothbrushes or pens from the airline companies? I need to figure out what's going on there. All right. So, right, I need to figure that out. And again, ladies and gentlemen, I strongly recommend the Anji white tea to all of you, especially Mike. I know you're still working on your jet lag, so that tea really helps. Thank you very much, Mike, Gas, Lanyou, and Kaiyi reporting from Anji in Zhejiang Province.